Oh, I need to turn on my restream chat. All right. So we will have to see what all we have here. It looks like we're still working on getting hooked into Twitch, and people are starting to come online on YouTube and Facebook, giving us a hot minute here to get all set. I mean, we're already doing like about 25,000 times better than the last few days. Hey. And boy, do we have a stream for you guys today. Hello, Bree. Oh my gosh, today has been amazing. Hello, hello. Yes. And I am really pumped. I've got a couple amazing interviews that are coming up that I'm going to talk about, but man, I want to talk about GenCon. I want to see what you guys think. Like, what have you been participating in? What have you, what is the panel that you got a chance to, watch and thought was amazing? What games are you playing? There are so many different ways that you can interact with GenCon Online, and I mean, I know I haven't been sleeping. That's just silly. Who has time to sleep during this? Let's see here. No, I'll wait for that. I've got so many things I can do. First off, I'm going to bring in our interviewee. His name is Jason Greeno, and he is waiting patiently in the rafter, like back behind the scenes here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that over. Hey! Oh, that's funny. I'm not there, but that's amazing. I forgot to put myself in there. Okay, hang on. I will fix it. Potentially. Maybe? Oh, that's really funny. Oh, that is great. Hi, Jason. Maybe you can take over. You lead the charge while I'm trying to figure this out.
Hey, Rachel. How's it going?
Hi. I am invisible.
I just see you and I, so that's okay.
That's true. The rest of the world does not see me, but that isn't always the worst thing that could happen. Gosh, why? Why is it doing that? Cool. So you tell me, you said that you were able to participate in one of the panels this morning, which I absolutely loved. But what else have you been doing?
Well, I played one of the Czech, Under Falling Skies. I played last night. Had a demo run for me from Czech Games Edition. That was a lot of fun. I hadn't played that yet. Solo game.
Cool.
They did a really cool, quick little app. They actually built. I thought that was going to be in Tabletop Simulator. No, they had somebody coded up this experience, and they sort of ran it for me. So it felt as close to being at a demo table as you can be. I think from home.
Nice.
Real nice guy Mike helped me out, so that was fun. And it's been neat popping in and out of Twitch, seeing some role-playing games and seeing your guys' panel with Jason Tagmeyer and the Minton folks, and Caesar was on there. Corsel did a great job at doing the interviews, so that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. I completely enjoyed myself. I actually went back and XYZ Game Labs, where Adam is from, they had streamed it on their Twitch also, and I went in and clipped out all the pieces where I argued with him. It was great. And when you clip it, automatically saves to their Twitch channel, so they can deal with that forever. I actually went ahead and saved them so that I can share later in this stream.
Nice.
So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this all the way up, and maybe, nope, stop it, because it's showing on all the other ones too. Gosh darn it, there's always something. Always something. Open my source. And it's not really happy with me for trying to switch things up while I am live. It's using up too many things. Let me see if there's something that I did here. I appreciate everyone's patience. What is that called? I switched to a different camera so that I could look more directly at everybody, and it is what is not happy with me right now. All right, well, I think, let me see here. Hey, Leonard, how are you? Got lots of people chatting in the comments today. And everybody can just stare at my shelfie. I mean, that's not a bad background, right? Panic. Panic has watched me flub all the way through all of these live streams, and it's actually getting to be kind of like a joke. Like, what is not going to work on this one? Man, okay, cool. All right. So I am going to continue because I know you can see me. And gosh, I could probably, if I gallery view, I could bring myself in off of it, but nope, I'm not going to mess with it too much. Okay. You tell me, actually, I was distracted. What was the game that you played last night that had solo mode?
Under Falling Skies. It's, Roswell is under attack by a huge alien mothership, and it's sending down Space Invader style ships, little plastic pieces, which look really cool in the final game. And you need to excavate a base so that you can build up your resources, your research, and your fighter jets to shoot down the little guys and basically out-research to fire a major weapon at the big mothership and take it out before it moves all the way down to the skull level. So it's just like Space Invaders. That, you know, you've got this big ship coming down, and the little ships are moving left and right if you strategize just right. So really clever game, a lot real thinky. I believe it was a 9-card game entry at BGG, and eventually got upgrade. Must have been picked up by the Czech Games edition, and I don't know the artist's name well enough to say it, but he did a fantastic job, and it looks beautiful too.
That's fantastic. I think that, I wonder if I could do that too. It's asking me to do some different video configurations. Okay, if I deactivate it, and then if I activate it again, maybe it would do it, but who knows? What I was going to say is that absolutely sounds familiar to me, knowing that you like space. So you know how there are people that are space theme preferences, and then there are the fantasy type, like Harry Potter and swords and blah, blah, blah. So Lord of the Rings. Which one are you? Are you Star Wars or Lord of the Rings type?
I love both, but I'll start with sci-fi probably every time. From the games I design, I certainly have delved into both, but I think I find myself in the sci-fi realm more often. It's just where I'm more comfortable for some reason. I guess it's because of the media that I've consumed, maybe.
Right. That could be
How
it.
How about you?
I am solid Narnia, Lord of the Rings, and maybe I can talk it into doing this thing. Because my dad used to read it to me as a child, and I was always, ooh, nope, nope, that doesn't like me either. Hang on. It has a chance. Let's see here. Sorry, always distracted. If I'm not distracted and trying to do this, am I really doing anything? So, like I said, we read through Harry Potter. We read through the all of Narnia. Oh, excellent. I think I'm actually here. Am I here, guys? Start live view. I don't need the preview image. This may slow down the stream though, so I may not be worth seeing, even though I did dye my hair additionally purple. I went more purple after I finished my panel because I was feeling it. All right. Ooh, I appeared. Look, it always kind of works out. This is great. I like it. Okay. We will go with that and pull this back behind the camera overlay and above the shelfie. There we go. Look, I did it. It's the little things, Jason. It's the little things.
Hey, you're doing it.
Awesome. Okay. What I am really excited to talk about, and the reason we have you as our honored guest is because you made a game and we signed it, and we are crazy excited to make it. And it is way different. No, I am not wearing green eyeshadow again, Allison. I on purpose did not go with that because, oh shoot. I have a green screen, and if it looks greenish, I end up looking real weird. But this is yellow. What is wrong with... Okay. We're going to go ahead and switch over to look at something called Starforge. So let me pull that open. And I have this up here. Now, I am stealing this off of the Game Crafter website, where it won the Mint Tin design contest, and I thought we would just kind of glance through it, see what it looks like. This is kind of like, actually, Jason, what are we looking at here? What is this setup right here? Is it just to show the components?
Yeah, it gives you the full spread, really. You've got the planets represented by the cards. It may be a little bit hard. You can see there's some transparent cubes on there. You've got the exciting custom cut acrylic and the Mint Tin for the Mint Tin contest that you mentioned earlier. And what's really awesome and fun about the game is that you're assembling the ships. Whether you're playing the human Terrans or the alien goo, you can see their two main ships right in the center there have been assembled into like a battleship and a big goo queen. But just to the left there, you can see things like this, which are just the parts. And each part has little icons on it. And that makes it really easy for you to understand what the spaceship does, but to also step into like a more powerful strategy. So if it's got a little yellow icon, then it's about movement. If it's a little pink icon, it's about shooting. And it creates like a 4X experience, but in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I think that's a really fun space to be in.
Absolutely. I am loving how out of the box it is, and how there are so many different ways to reach gamers. Everybody has different things that they like to do. And I think that that's a pretty amazing thing that I get to enjoy in my line of work. So, let me see what else I did. Your name is all weird. Hang on one second. Because I want them to be able to know your name. There it is. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down a bit. And I love and to those of you guys who don't know, his day job is graphic designer, as is Kidsplaining, who is over here also in the comments. Allison's an amazing graphic designer also, and I think that's huge for what you were able to do in this contest environment. I think it definitely sold itself well. So you kind of showed with your hands. Can you explain these graphics that you did amazing on?
Yeah, these are some animated GIFs that show you how the ships get assembled and the choices that you have. Is it the Terran ship here? Or in a second, you'll see the Goo ship getting assembled with its drones and its brains. Everything evolves. You start out as these Goo splatters, and you can choose to make them into soldier drones or into a Goo brain, which gives them new powers. And it's just that fun Lego-like, toy-like feel while you're playing the game, putting something together.
So excited.
I'm the type of person who, when I'm playing Settlers of Catan, I can't stop assembling little, take the parts and make little towers and stuff out of them. So this is right up my alley.
Yes. And then you've got the exploration part of it, where you've got your variable planet set up so that you've got some replayability there. And tell us about the 3 different paths to victory.
Yeah, so you've got your obvious destroy your opponent's ships kind of approach. If you take out their big capital ships, you can win. That's a little bit hard. Next up is the economic victory, those resource cubes I mentioned earlier. If you can snag 3 of those of different colors and bring them back home, you win. Not as easy as it sounds, though. You're going to have your opponent trying to mess with you and blow up your ships as you're transporting that, smuggling that back home. And then the third option for victory is to command enough stars. Each of the planets has 1 or 2 stars. And if you take over that planet, you're on your way to 6-star victory, command victory. So I find that it makes for a fun head-to-head experience where you're analyzing, okay, my opponent seems to be going for this victory, so I'm going to change up my strategy and do this. So every game feels a little bit different.
That's a huge point to what we try and pick up is it's going to be in your pocket. It's going to be played really frequently, and we don't want it to get old, so that it goes back home and it sits on a shelf and gathers dust. So, conquering the stars gives you some asymmetrical strategies. Anything you wanted to explain there?
Yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. It's balanced, yet you feel like you're playing a completely different race if you're playing the Goo aliens, sending your splatter cannon to colonize the worlds by literally firing splatter out there. And those evolve, like I mentioned, into the drones or into the brains and into the Queen eventually, this powerful ship. While the Terrans, the humans, if you've ever played like a StarCraft, for example, or Twilight Imperium, you're building buildings that help you harvest and bring in more money. You're assembling your starships and adding little radar discs to the top of it so that you can pick up communications, or a command deck, which gives you faster movement because you gain more actions. So very different experience, and a lot of folks like to switch it up, play a couple games in a row and switch which alien force they're in control of.
And then you've got the ways to expand your universe, and then I actually, because I love that you have the different things that we can continue on with. Those are instead of the Goo and the Terrans, you've got the Terrans that were forgotten. You've got the Scourge. There's lots more things that you've got coming down the pipe.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm a big fan of StarCraft, and they have different factions that they've grown into. I think that's a great opportunity for this game, is to, what about the bug army, and what about these sort of religious zealots that are the
center
of the play area.
So
horizontal.
Sorry, I did not intend for that to start immediately. However, I thought it would be really cool. It is very entertaining to do this and then do like director commentary over it. But I thought we would show the setup for Starforge. And I think I can go ahead and do that. Are you ready? Let me mute our chill music here real quick, because I'm sure that will not add to the presentation. Okay. Let's see. And did you put this together too?
I did. Yeah, it's pretty rough, but
Welcome to Starforge Setup. To begin,
does the
place the
job.
Starforge card in the center of the play area, in a horizontal position.
Set the Terra and Goo Prime faction worlds.
So that's the Starforge. That's the thing that a lot of folks are fighting
Shuffling up
over in the
rest of
center of
location
the
cards,
the
and
galaxy.
dealing 2 to each side of the Starforge. Any remainders can be
You've
set
got your
aside.
2 home worlds,
Terra and Goo
and then
Prime
random
should be facing
placements
control
of the
faction leader.
neutral
Each
worlds.
player should start with 2 ships. The Terran faction will start with 2 ships, each with a laser cannon. The Goo player will start with a drone on each ship. Those drones will have a cargo icon.
Start with
and a
2
target
of your
icon.
capital ships, whether
Each
it's
player
the
should take their
Queens
faction
or the
cards
battleships,
and make sure that the build
and a
phase
couple of
is
parts
shown.
already ready to
We're
go.
now ready to play.
A couple of
Starforge.
quick reference cards. Everything fits in the mint
Whoop.
tin.
Oh, please don't give me old man's advice. Hang on.
That is not me.
That's great. Hang on 1 second. Oh, I gotta be able to stop the automatics. Okay, and then here
Welcome to Starforge playthrough.
is a playthrough.
I've already rolled.
We don't
to
have
see
to
who
watch
goes
all
first,
of it,
and
but
the Terrans
I
are
just
gonna
thought you
take the
could
first
maybe
turn.
show us some tips.
They
Yeah,
get
sure.
to choose if they want to go first or have their opponent go
I
first.
think I drone on a bit here as we're starting on the
first
game.
player only gets to activate one of their ships.
So
half
this
the
I
action's
made a
normal.
while ago. I'm looking at the
But
setup and
first we're going to start
seeing
with
that
the
we've
build
got
phase.
a
Because the
good variety
Terrans have 2
of
credits
planets.
on a controlled world,
The
which is
red
their
planets
own
are on
faction
the
world.
Goo side,
They have a
and
couple
the
of
red
options of
ability
things
is
they
going
can
to
build.
give a lot of extra
They
actions. So
can
the
build a
Goo,
deflector,
where
a
they might
cargo bay,
have
or
sat
an
back
engine.
and
I'm gonna start us
tried
off
to
with
build
an
up their
engine.
forces, they might be able to leap ahead using those cubes. Basically, you can spend a cube to trigger a red ability if you have one on hand. Whereas the Terran are starting with blue forces, which give them extra movement, or the green, which gives them extra money, which is perfect for the Terrans. They can spend that money, whereas the Goo, they don't really care about human economic affairs. They're all about evolving their forces.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
I did turn down the video so that way you could kind of do your own thing here. So that since you said that it was a little bit old.
So taking a couple actions per ship there. When you're the first person to go, you only get 2 actions instead of 2 per ship as normal. So it looks like we're going to attack that planet with a couple dice roll here, trying to equal or exceed the ship, the shielded value on that planet, which should be a 6. So that looks like a miss to me. It looks like then I go a second attempt, got it that time. So that planet's going to spin to show control. So you'll notice that the player controlling the Goo has their ship's top side, and the current player has their ship's bottom of these planet row. And that helps you see which way the planet is spinning to control. So I've got 1 star extra for a total of 3 towards that 6-star command victory that I mentioned.
Nice.
And the Goo cannon's being fired here. So that little acrylic token is going to be fired from the home world of the Goo, the purple world on the right there. And it's going to land on a random planet. So while the Goo is a very powerful force, they don't have complete control over where their splatter drones land. So he can place one, which is what I think I was doing there. And here comes a cannon roll. All right, so it's going to fire 1 ahead to that red planet. And what's good about the splatter is it reduces the defense of the planet. So you can imagine these horror movie style aliens landing on the planet and starting to take down the defenses. So now when the Goo forces move their ship, they're going to have an easier time taking over that planet.
And while we're looking at this, I'm curious. So when did you know that this design was going to go the distance?
It was a late game event in the contest itself, because I was designing for the Mint 10 contest with a completely different concept, and the illustrator I hired had to back out because of personal reasons. And I was like, okay, the design I was working on wasn't exactly going the way I wanted. And that night I spent thinking about really wanting to make this shipbuilding game. And I was flipping through the game crafter and seeing the acrylic, and I was like, I'm going to give that a shot. It probably won't work. I'll probably get the first prototype in the mail and the parts won't fit, all that stuff. And, props to the game crafter. It came out perfect. I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
see these parts in person, they are printed both sides.
Oh.
That's a hard thing to pull off in manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
and they're very small, right? So as soon as I got that, I showed it to my wife. I was like, "This is something special. This is probably going to be a contender in the contest, and I don't care if it wins or not. I'm going to publish this game." Because it was fun, and like I mentioned earlier, the toy-like factor of assembling ships is just a good time. So it looks like our goo forces have successfully taken over that red planet.
Okay.
Uh, Something that you can do strategically, if you really want to win a planet over, you can have one of your ships spend an action to support the other ship, and that gives an increased bonus to your die rolls. So you can mitigate some of the randomness of the dice in that way.
So, so would you categorize it? This is one of my questions. What was your favorite failure when you were making this? Was that the failure that you really enjoyed? Is that your illustrator left and you made an entirely different game that was amazing?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, that I don't know what I would have got to with that game, but it was just a card game. It didn't have the specialness of Starforge, and I'm sure I would have got here eventually, but I'm not sure how long it would have taken. And contests are really great in that way to bring you to a deadline and get something out. So yeah,
Yes.
that's definitely it.
Design restrictions and contests are so motivating. I've seen so many things that are wonderful that have come out of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, do you feel like you had any games that influenced this design?
I was thinking about that, and it's head to head, it's dice tossing. I think Quantum is a pretty good close comparison. I played that again with a friend the other night, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed this game. Have you played Quantum?
I have not.
So you may have seen. It's the game that has I believe they're tiles set up. I was playing digitally, so it's hard to remember. But the ships are dice, six-sided dice. So if it's a low value, it's really powerful battleship, but it moves slowly based on the number of pips. And if it's a high value, it moves fast, but it's only a scout ship. And you're just moving around trying to control planets, and some similarities there. But what they do is make it all about the dice and about the rerolls, and the dice are the ships.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really clever mechanic that a lot of people have enjoyed. It's a high ranked game on BGG. But Star Realms or Magic with the card effects and combos were a big influence. And I keep mentioning StarCraft, of course, which is a video game.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge inspiration for me.
Awesome. Well, before I have to run, because I know that I am going to end up chatting with our other designer Brian here very soon, I wanted to show off in a larger space over here where I can see a little bit better. I would love to see. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to shut this off so it is quiet. And I would love for you to show the pieces all huge and stuff, because you were a tiny little box on the other screen.
All right.
Oh, they're
so
so cool.
how does that?
Yes.
Close? Okay, so this Terran ship has some colorful icons. You can sort of ignore the white ones. It's got a starting cargo, which means it can carry one of those gems, and it's got a little a little yellow icon on the back here. That means that it can move one space per action that you spend. But let's say that that's not fast enough for you, and you want this ship to be like a smuggler that really moves quickly. I've just added a engine to the back of this, and now it's got two yellow icons. Nothing complicated about that, but suddenly this ship is twice as fast for every action that you spend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm thinking Star Trek now. I add a command deck, and this ship starts to take shape to have extra actions. It's also got a three-dimensional aspect to it. So you've got radar arrays, right?
Yeah.
But maybe you're in a combat mood and you know that the goo forces are on their way, so you add a shield array to that top there. You gotta choose. There's only one spot to put it, and then of course I've already shown some of these goo forces. This goo queen ship is going to get more powerful and more maneuverable if you add these soldier drones,
Mm-hmm.
which are two-sided, so you can choose if you want to have shields or if you want to have movement and extra attack. What really makes these guys ramp up, though, is when you add the brain. This will be a little bit trickier to see. So I've added the little circular token there, and it's got various choices. You can have extra actions, you can have extra rerolls, and that all comes from the splatter tokens. So everything is intricately interwoven. So these are the things that I was mentioning get fired out of the goo cannon right onto the planets and sort of take down their defenses. But when you flip them over, you can see that they've evolved into brains and different fun things.
Right.
One last thing that the Terrans have that is a little bit different for them is they have these little buildings. They have armories and refineries that help them harvest what's on the planets that they take over.
Uh-huh. Gosh, it's so cool.
You got this, of course.
Yep.
Prototype version, but gives you a sense for scale.
For sure. Yep, it's the standard Altoid size. I don't know if anybody caught my interview with JT yesterday. I interviewed him, and we were talking about the difference between the sizes. No, don't use a green one. Using our size and then standard size, we were talking about how we are actually going to be helping provide this size tin to the game crafter and doing our own little contest. And it's amazing what you can do with 10 extra millimeters in depth. So we will see how that will go. Anybody in the comments have any questions? Oh gosh, I have Brian's name on here. Hang on a second. I did the wrong one. Where there we go. What does anybody have any questions before we let Jason go? I am just beyond excited about this product. I think it's going to be really cool. I cannot wait for it to come out. We're still kind of nailing down dates for Kickstarter and things like that with once some of our other projects are more our timelines are good. So it's just really exciting to see this coming to 524 in 2021.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to be working with you folks. 524 has been great, and obviously you guys have done a lot of exciting things in the past, so I can't wait to see it on Kickstarter and send you some messages and be like, we're there!
Yay! Oh my gosh, yes. I always try to you just start a Zoom call and we all just scream, like, ah! Oh, yay! And yes, I'm sure that space and dice is a good selling point for a lot of people. Panic. Well, very cool. Well, thank you again for your time, and we will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and get Brian on the line, and we'll be back soon.
Thanks a lot, Rachel. Hey, Brian.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's fine. Did good. Hey, Brian, I just wanted to wish you luck and break a leg.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Rachel. I'll talk to you later.
Oh yeah, it's a great program, but it takes some learning for sure. You're doing these interviews back to back then? Okay. Yeah, that's great. So this is going to be just live streamed. There won't be other people in the call. Okay, got it. Cool. Great. I'm ready. Yeah.
I need so much more RAM. Hey, everyone. All right. I think that apparently my dog's coming in the house. I don't know if anybody can hear that, but
Perfect way to start things off. Yeah.
Hey. Yep, and she's wagging her tail. Cool. All right. That's awesome. Okay, I mean, this is real life, people. We're all at home.
We're all in the same boat.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, so, let me see. Oh, that's why the music is quiet, because I had turned it off earlier. So, everyone, I just want to introduce you to Brian. Brian is actually one of our new designers. We just signed Castle Siege, and he is a first-time designer, for at least published wise. I'm sure that everybody has shelves full. So Panic says hi. That's awesome.
Hello.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the comments also. Look, that was not a very long switchover. I'm really proud of myself. This is a much better day.
It's been tricky before. I take it.
Oh my goodness. Well, Thursday I tried doing one and I just gave up.
Mm-hmm.
I tried doing it on a different computer that did not have the CPU that I needed.
Yep. Yeah.
And so that was weird. No. So we're gonna redo that one tomorrow morning, actually, at from 10 to 11 Eastern.
Very nice.
So we're going to introduce everyone to Nathan from the Blessed Dark then. Yes, Masters level streaming Panic. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay. I'm just glad that everybody's patient with me.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love technology.
I know, that's very true. Well, so Brian, have you been able to do anything with GenCon yet? Like, are you doing any games or panels or anything with online?
I haven't really done much with GenCon. I have some people from board game design group that I am testing games with and doing things like that. But GenCon Online, I haven't done a whole lot with yet. No.
Yeah. I have caught I don't know, 3, 4 panels. I'm a panel junkie. I love learning new things, and
Yeah.
my kids are high need, so I caught one on using gaming with kids with ASD. I caught one called Kids and Therapists on Bikes.
Nice.
And I thought that was amazing because I actually bought Kids on Bikes at the beginning of the quarantine because we were trying to figure out how to get our kids some additional social opportunities, and so we were gonna do that, and that didn't materialize. So I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, and I know you're doing a panel with Jason Tagmeyer and some other small box games people, right?
Yes, we
that's
did
gonna
that
be really
this
cool.
morning, and it was
Oh,
an
that was this morning, right.
absolute blast.
Awesome.
Oh, it was great. I actually, Adam from the panel, they concurrently streamed it on their Twitch, and I went to their Twitch, and on Twitch you have the opportunity to clip out little durations of it, and then it saves to their page. So basically, I went over there and I clipped out all the pieces where I argued with Adam. And now they can be forever on his page.
Yeah.
So, oh my
Let's just
goodness.
use this.
Okay, I need to check on something because it looks like we may have encountered an issue, and I want to make sure that I didn't do something wrong, because it says, oh, maybe we had a little glitch, and because we lost some people. Hang on a second. I just glanced down at the chat and there was 0 viewers. I'm like, wait, what happened? Panic wouldn't leave me. Where? He's always here.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Hang on one second. I mean, it is entirely possible that my dog, with the wagging tail somehow just took out some sort of cord.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got some people coming back on Facebook and potentially on YouTube. So yeah, it looks like it is glitching just a bit. Yep, it's Panic. He's the only one watching. Love it. Thank you, sir. Are we buffering a ton? Is that what's going on, Panic? With my master's level streaming here. Oh, and Allison's here. I don't know why. Maybe I should just restart my chat app. Maybe that's the problem. Because it's saying that nobody is there. I'm going to do that. I will close that and reopen. There is always something to do in the middle of a stream. That is true.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way that I can check some of these too.
I mean, I try not to have very much open when I do this.
Yes.
So that's always a consideration, because until I get, like, I don't know, 16 more gigs of RAM, I want to be maybe a better processor. We're gonna try better. Okay, so I'm gonna hope that everybody is still here. I'm gonna hope that we're not buffering like crazy people, and I'm gonna keep going because I want to talk about Castle Siege. And I'm real dang excited about it. So I'm going to go ahead and swap over to, where does it show it? Live with computer. Let's see here. And, hey, a multiple of Brian on screen.
Yay.
Ooh. Oh, good. I'm glad. Maybe the Restream chat app is messing up. I'm gonna go with that. Excellent. Let's go with that. Okay, so what I did is I pulled up the Game Crafter crowd sale, which, tell us about this. Did you try doing a crowd sale for this before, and you ended up pitching it to us?
Yeah, so it was actually, so kind of like you mentioned, this is the first time I've really tried to bring any game to market. Oops, hold on, I have the video going. Okay, there we go. I was trying to watch to see if I could see this.
I understand.
So yeah, it was the first time I tried to bring a game that I've designed to market, and in this case, I just did a small crowd sale through the Game Crafter. You can do limited print runs through them, and it was, I managed to sell a few copies. It was mostly just family and friends, so
Hmm.
just a kind of a fun thing to put into my friends' hands, a physical copy of the game that I had designed. So yeah, it was fun.
Absolutely. When you take the time and to make something, it's so cool to hold it in your hand. And
It's rewarding, yeah,
yes,
definitely.
this is something I made, and it is a fully functional product that people can enjoy.
Yeah.
So, well, what it has in here is you put quite a bit of how to play in. It has the ending of the game. It looks like you had told me that you had submitted it in the 18 card contest
Yeah,
for Button
the button
Shy,
shot.
and it
Yep.
looks like Jason had a nice quote for you.
Yeah, so that was really funny actually. I submitted it for one of the button shy challenges. They're doing like monthly or every other monthly challenges for mostly 18 card games. Um, I submitted it for one of those, and one of the requirements was, no table needed to play the game. And I don't even think that I, necessarily placed or anything in the contest, but in their final announcement video, as they were announcing the finalists and then eventually the winner of the contest, they had one final a section where they just did some like fun awards that they kind of made up on the spot for different people. So they gave me the Weapon X award because the way you play the game, the cards are stuck in between your knuckles, and it looks like your Wolverine claws kind of a thing. So. But they had some other nice things to say as well. So that was just a really cool treat for me. Yeah.
That is so cool. That is absolutely awesome.
And then I ended up getting to meet him at PAX Unplugged, where I met you.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I miss conventions
I
so
know.
bad.
It's so
Oh,
sad.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I just like I I have been trying to figure out if I can feel the feeling of Gen Con. Like while because I mean my kids, they think I'm crazy because I have not left my desk in 3 days. My daughter, I came out after a couple minutes, for a couple minutes in between panels, and I actually had the panel going on my phone because it was being streamed on. No, it was on Zoom, and I didn't want to sit at my computer for.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go grab a snack, do this, whatever. Took it with me, and I walked out the door of the office, and my daughter goes, "The vampire has emerged."
Like, thanks a lot.
Yes, darling, you are not dramatic at all.
No. And I feel like there's only we have like a certain capacity for video calls. So like once we reach that limit, it's just like our brains start turning to mush.
Yes, yes, and so I've been doing a lot of audio, trying to just kind of work at the same time and do things like that. But I am going to play a game for the first I only signed up to play one game during Gen Con, and I don't count demos as me playing a game. I did demo Mintworks yesterday, and it was wonderful.
Nice.
But today I'm going to play something called Cult of the Deep, and it is from BA Games, and he's actually a local board game publisher that is looking to go to Kickstarter. And so we've had lunch many times, and he bounces his questions off of me as a sounding board a lot, and I'm really excited to play his game tonight. Finally, I mean, because we can't do it here. That would require me to leave my house, and
Yes, exactly.
no, I'm just gonna do it there. So, and I think that there's a couple more spots available still. So if anybody wants to play Cult of the Deep with me tonight, send me a PM and I will get you in there.
What's the main mechanic there?
What is it?
With the theme maybe?
The theme is that you are trying to. Oh, good lord! See, that's where I'm at right now. That
Yes.
It's a game,
video calls.
and I'm
Okay.
gonna play it.
Awesome.
And it's
sounds
gonna
like a
be
great
fun,
game.
and I'm sure Sam is gonna be so proud of me later. I actually thought about live streaming it because, I mean, why not? Why not? I have nothing to
Sure.
do except live stream, right?
Yeah.
We are going to play Panic on Tabletopia, I believe, because I hope anyway, because I don't do TTS very often. But
Mm-hmm.
to focus back on what we were actually talking about, because here we go. I want to pull up the how to play, and to do that I'm going to go ahead and turn off this gorgeous music that just keeps me all calm, and we can play this.
And this will be a
Hi, my name is Bryan Staudt, and I'm here to introduce you to Castle Siege, an 18-card, no table needed, light strategy game for 2 players, ages 10 and up, that plays in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Art and new mechanics and things worked in there. So yeah, I'm really excited
This
for
is
that.
this is the beginning, and we've got lots more art coming up. I am not sure if you're able to hear it, but we definitely can. So when it's finished, I'll touch base back with you, okay?
Okay, cool, perfect.
The goal of Castle Siege is to have the most health remaining among all your castle cards at the end of the game. Castle Siege doesn't require the use of a table or playing surface. Instead, cards are played into different positions on your offhand or your castle hand. Each player starts the game with a castle keep card here in the bottom slot. During the game, you'll be able to build cards into the middle slot here and the top slot here. The first player starts with their keep at 7 health, while the second player starts at 8. You also start with 8 cards in your deck, which you'll hold facing toward you in your castle hand. On your turn, you get to look at the front 2 cards of your deck. You get 2 actions, which can be used in any combination to do any of the following: play a card, use a card in play, or move a card to the back of your deck, which is called refreshing a card. When playing a card, declare which half of the card you're using. The card has that effect, and the other half is ignored. Castle tower cards can be built up from your castle keep into the middle and top slots. Fortification cards, like catapults and archers, can be built into any slot where you already have a castle card. Siege cards are played into your opponent's bottom slot, as if attacking their castle in close combat. Action cards have a one-time effect, then get discarded. To discard a card, turn it over and slide it behind your deck. Walls are held horizontally between your deck and your fingers and help protect your castle keep. Whenever a card takes damage, rotate it 90 degrees clockwise that many times. Whichever value faces away from you is that card's current health. Once a card reaches 0 health, it gets discarded. Because you can only build 1 fortification in each slot, and only in slots where you already have a castle card, space is limited. Catapults and archers can only attack cards that are on the same slot level as them or lower. So building your castle up can be very advantageous, but don't push your luck too hard. Anytime a castle tower card is destroyed, you must discard it and any fortifications in the same slot, as well as any tower or fortifications in the slot above it. The game ends either when someone's castle keep gets destroyed, or when either player ends their turn with 0 cards left in hand. Both players total up their castle health. Whoever has the most health wins. In the event of a tie, shuffle together all the cards in each player's deck in discard piles, deal them evenly to each player, and keep playing.
And that is Castle Siege. Check out the rulebook for complete rules and variant modes. Thanks for watching, and have fun storming the castle.
Awesome. That's great. Have fun storming the castle.
Oh yeah, always.
Well, cool. So what do you feel like going through the process of a contest and then going through the process of a crowdfunding sale? What has that taught you as trying to get into something like this?
Yeah, so I have probably started designing dozens of games, and this was the first time that I took one of my games all the way through from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was really helpful for me to understand the whole scope of it. And obviously, this is a very small game, so the bigger the game is, the more it's exponentially more that you have to do to get from beginning to end, because there's that many more pieces of art to get, figuring out the components, and especially playtesting. You have to do lots and lots and lots of rounds of playtesting in order to get it into good shape and make sure that it's ready to go. But so this kind of helped me see, the whole scope from start to finish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, when did you, this was a question I asked earlier of Jason, when did you know that this was the design you were going to go all the way with and do a complete start to finish?
Yeah, I think the contest was really helpful for me in that. It was also, I think, well, second contest I had submitted to, but because of the small size of the game and the deadline of the contest, it sort of forces you to go through all those steps in order to get it ready for the contest. Once I'd gotten into that point, I think I only made a few other changes before I decided to do the crowd sale and all that good stuff.
Very cool. Do you feel like you had any games that you've played that influenced creating this game?
I had certainly heard of Palm Island, which I know is a big game, and no table needed game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had at that point also heard of Oddball Aeronauts. That's
Mm-hmm.
another one that you can play, just standing up. And I've also been a long time Magic the Gathering player, as many game designers have been. And so that influenced this design a lot. I wanted to replicate that sort of sense of like, okay, there's a lot of strategy, you have a lot of decisions to make, and the order in which you play the cards and the way you use them is going to have a major impact on how well you do.
Right. Well, another question I have is, what was your favorite failure as you made this game?
That is a great question. um, let's see. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I mean, my friend Jay, he made a playtesting journal called Fail Faster.
Yes, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yes, and that's absolutely one of his thought processes is I want to mess up and I want to mess up quicker rather than slower so that I can get back to work and do it better. And it is a imperative thing to fail because then you're fixing something and it's getting better. So that's definitely a question that I have. What was your favorite failure during the process?
I would say one area where I failed was making the game too complex, at least in the version that I submitted to the contest and everything. Um, I Based on what I've seen from you guys, it seems like some of the complexity has been simplified and streamlined, and I think that was actually really important to making it a lot easier to learn, especially for an 18 card game. Yeah, the version I had was trying to pack as much as possible into 18 cards, but the offset, the issue with that was almost making it a little too fiddly, a little too complex. And so seeing that and the way that you guys have taken it and turned it around and made it a little bit more streamlined was a huge win, I think.
Development is so amazing to get a product from 80% to 100% or 80 to 90 or just trying to, my favorite part of what we do is just revealing the elegance of a design by just distilling it down and making it simple but deep. And so if you are able to replay to introduce others to the hobby, you've got strategy, but at the same time simplicity. That's what makes our game. So, hey, look, it's Jesse. Hi, Jesse. I feel like that is a super important part of making a game coming from our publishing house. So I'm really glad to have that.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot, is right in between, simple and easy to learn, but also like lots of strategy and good decisions to make.
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So I am curious. I did have a couple more questions though. You tell me, what, uh, I have my little questions over here. Obviously, I can like look off to the side here, but um, what have you been getting to the table recently? Like, what are some of your games that you like to play with your wife? And because I know that it's just the two of you there, so lots of two-player games.
Yeah, so we actually, just as far as like other games, not ones I'm working on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the one we've been playing lately is Fog of Love. That's been really, really fun. Yeah, because it's just my wife and I at home. Can't have the regular game nights with all the friends coming over and
Right.
everything.
Right.
So yeah, Fog of Love is like perfect two-player game for someone that you're either very comfortable with or in a relationship with. That's just been super fun. And then other than that, honestly, I've mostly just been testing other people's games, other designers' games through Tabletop Simulator, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a few people from the board game design lab group, and then there is actually a local group here that I've gone to some of their events. But now that there are no public events, they're doing online testing, Thursday night play tests, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been
Where are
really
you
really fun to
located,
get to
Brian?
play other people's games. Yeah, I'm in Reston, Virginia.
Ah, okay. So,
Yeah, so not too far outside of DC.
okay.
20-ish minutes from DC. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Is your wife more of a gamer, or is she kind of sideline, will play when she's in the mood? How does that go for you guys?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of the second one. I'm definitely the bigger board game nerd for sure. But she indulges me from time to time. We're both nerdy. We were both English majors. She loves reading and she's a teacher and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I used to be the same way, and so my husband is excited that I'm now into gaming, but I really appreciated Fog of Love because I hate reading rule books, and
Yeah.
the rule books are part of the experience when you play through the tutorial. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel like I have to learn the game. I'm just playing the game, and then I now know how to play it.
It's such a brilliant way to teach a bigger game like that. It's literally worked into the cards themselves. So you're just drawing a card, read what it says, and before you know it,
Love
you've learned
that.
the rules.
Love that
Yeah.
for sure. Well, cool. Well, I think I wanted to kind of touch base. Let's see. We have about an hour left on the stream, and I am gonna chit chat about some other stuff that's gone on with Gen Con. I'll let you go, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a minute to show off our upcoming for schedule for tomorrow. Let me see where that is at. Hang on one second, because yesterday I was going to do that and totally forgot. I'm to the point where I have too many things on my Gen Con online scenes here. So let's see. Oh yes, okay, and we have well, today is Saturday, so tomorrow is Sunday. That means I'm going to have Nathan, and he is the designer of Blessed Dark. Also, it's not on this schedule, and I will pop back over to Brian here, but on Sunday afternoon, I'm going to do something kind of fun. We're going to do, I'm going to be a judge on something called the Designer Shark Tank.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome.
It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna actually be on the White Wizard Games Twitch, and so if
cool.
anybody wants to watch that, I know that Rob and Debbie, they are owners, and Rob's the CEO and Debbie is operations over at White Wizard. I know Carla Kopp from Weird Giraffe Games is going to be up there with me. And then Dominic Krapuschetz, he is going to be, he is the co-founder and I believe president of North Star Games, like Evolution, and North Star is also happy salmon and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm super excited. It's gonna be fun. We've got, I think, 6 or 7 pitches that we're gonna take. They're gonna be like go go go, and then we have like 5 seconds to tell them something, and we're like, thanks, I'm out, I'm in. You know, it'll be real kind of cool. So
what time is that?
That's gonna be at 1. Hang on 1 second. I have a thing, and I gotta just see. It's great.
Yeah, I might have to tune in for that. It sounds like
yes,
fun.
Looks like Sunday, August 2nd, at 1 o'clock to 2:30 Eastern Standard. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that a little bit here too. So, I think that Debbie and hopefully you get to take in a few more of these Gen Con type things. I'm gonna take some time to show people what the looking glass is. Have you seen what the looking glass is?
I have not, actually.
It is the exhibitors hall. I went to the Gen Con website and kind of saw how they were trying to show off the different people, and I was like, oh, I think that's something that people need to see. Not everybody knows how to interact with Gen Con online, and so I figured we could take a look.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I will be right back, guys.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Talk to you later, Rachel. It just generates those things automatically, or? Huh, wow. Hmm. Oh, awesome. Very cool. That's exciting. Yeah. I haven't heard from John in a little bit. I've followed up with him on email a couple of times, but I don't know if you have heard from him much. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I figured he's busy. I know you guys all are, and obviously the pandemic has probably just thrown everything off. So kind of figured that's what's going on. Oh, man. Yep. Yeah. Thanks again, Rachel. Take care. Bye.
Mm-hmm. All right. I probably started that, huh? Okay, let's see here. Hello, everyone. And I'm back. Let's chat. Okay. I need to figure out where everybody's at here. Okay, I'm running back. Do we still have some friends watching some things on the different, on Twitch, on Facebook? I don't know what to believe anymore. My things are telling, some things are telling me things and some things are not. Okay. Well, I am definitely happier with my camera. It is now back where it's supposed to be. Apparently, you're not supposed to try and use 2 camera sources at the same time, like i.e. Zoom and doing this at the same time. So let's, should be better now. So who do we have watching us? Oh my goodness, my eyeballs are so strange. Okay. Who do we have? Because I definitely need some audience participation because I am curious about what everyone is thinking about GenCon Online. What has been going on for you guys? What do you think has worked? What hasn't worked? What are you looking forward to that you still have going? What do you guys think? Oh, cool. I'm so connected. We have pretty much... It'll just be a singular conversation with my Uno in Twitch. Oh man, I had the most fun this morning on my panel with the guys from for the microgame panel. I will tell you, it was a blast. So one of the things I was going to show was some of the clips that I got off of Twitch. We were discussing a lot of things, and it's interesting to hear everyone's different perspectives on manufacturing small games and things like that. So I was going to show what I thought about that. Okay. Let's see here. I'll turn that back off again so that you guys can hear just fine. Do we have it plenty loud? Yep. Are you guys ready? Here you go.
You know, I don't want to risk a giant project that, you know, has real margin and revenue and the whole company.
Wait. Real margin. I've got some margin.
Of course. No. I'm speaking as somebody who publishes lots of
real margins
games and yeah. Sorry, you know.
On you.
That's my perspective on it.
So,
you know, I don't want to risk.
And then poor Jason, he's like, so, oh, it was so great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I grabbed a few clips actually. So let's another one of me actually remembering what I was supposed to be saying. So let's add that one. Amazing thing that Jason has in his model is the fact that he is recruiting through all of these contests, but what The side effect is the incredible community he's built, because everyone engages with him and he's so available on Discord, and they're constantly becoming part of a family, not just pitching and running. And I think that is one of the coolest things that has come out of that model.
Great.
And that's very true also. I have huge respect for Jason Tegmeyer, not only in his design and his publishing. It's incredible the community that he's built. His Discord server is massive, and someone else who has a Discord server that is active but not overly so. It's a commitment. I mean, I'm really impressed by his dedication to his audience, for sure. What was the last one? I have to find. This one. Adam offends Rachel yet again. Oh my goodness.
I'm not touching it.
So Caesar, let's talk about the MOQ. And to our attendees, the minimum order quantity for a tin to be able to get from a manufacturer. When we talk in risk, what do we have to promise to pay to purchase to get these beautiful little tins that are not risky?
Yeah. I mean, to make it so that it's a price that people want to pay, our minimum order quantity was 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah, and really, it would have been better if we'd gone to 10,000, but we were just conservative just because it was our first foray into it. But yeah, 5,000's a lot.
It is. I mean, when you think of the average Kickstarter that is either a one and done or even successful in planning to go into distribution, they're talking 1,500 copies.
I'm not touching it.
So, and that's so true. 1,500 copies. That is a large amount of games for any publisher, and so it was really eye-opening for people to understand that a 10 is a massive commitment for a publisher. So that was a really great part of that panel, and I believe that I have linked it in the information below, potentially. If not, I can update that description, so that way you guys can also go and watch that. It was a really great panel. I had a wonderful time. Caesar is fantastic from Alley Cat Games. You've got Jason Tegmeyer, the talent behind Button Shy, and Adam McCrimmon, who runs XYZ Game Labs. And then we also had our moderator, which was really cool because he really represents the player base. His name is Laszlo Karasi, and he is simply a microgame enthusiast. He's not from within the industry, but something that he's very passionate about, and it was wonderful to have him come on and just really help do a deep dive into the things that he loves, the micro games that he really enjoys. So let's see. One other thing I wanted to touch on. I don't think we're going to go the whole 2 hours, but I'm thinking I want to make sure that you guys are aware of the Shark Tank. We touched on a little bit earlier. Let me see if I can get that pulled up. I have a great background. It's very pretty for the Shark Tank here. And I believe it even has some scary music. It's possibly. Yes, our scary music. So how many of you guys watch Shark Tank? I am not a Shark Tank watcher. I am definitely an AGT or Britain's Got Talent, American Idol, The Voice, those definitely. But not, sorry, I'm turning something off here. Not necessarily anything else. Not like Designer Shark Tank. So this is going to be exciting. I'm curious what you guys think. Shark Tank is slightly different. It doesn't have all the personalities, or does it? If you're a Shark Tank watcher, tell me, who do you think has the best personality on Shark Tank? I was watching the Australian version, and would love to hear what you think is a cool personality to go into this with. Either way, 1 to 2:30 tomorrow on Sunday, August 2nd, with White Wizard Games. We'll have a myriad of publishers, and we will take some pitches, and you guys will see what it's like. Thinking if there's anything else. I'm going to pop back to our schedule to remind you guys about Nathan Meunier. He's going to come on and do the same type thing that we did today with Brian and Jason, and we're going to talk about Blessed Dark. And until then, I think I'm going to eat. Have you been eating during GenCon Online? Have you been remembering to hydrate? Have you been remembering to shower? Have you slept? These are all questions that I always ask at the con itself, but are you still doing them at home? On that note, I will see you tomorrow.